Ready to go? Everybody up here? Looks like it. I don't know. Just turn that one off. It keeps doing it. What's wrong, bitch? All right. Let's do it. All right, everyone. Welcome to the June safety meeting. Hope everyone's doing well. All right, guys. No surprises here today. We're going to be talking about slosh tests, PPE, and some NVR policy information. All right. So we've had a couple recent incidents, had some spills. So I just want to highlight, guys, that this slosh test that we're doing, it's one of the most important parts of our job. So that's how we catch incidents from happening. That's how we make sure that this is happening in our own yard and not at our customer's site or down the road. So it's not a paperwork exercise. It's a final verification. We want to make sure the dome lid is seated properly. We want to make sure our vent valves are closed. We want to make sure our customer valves are closed. We want to make sure our air valves are capped, facility valves are closed, hoses are disconnected, blind flange, make sure everything's buttoned up. Okay, so everyone's seen it before. Is everybody filling out the slosh test form on the tablet? Good. Okay. So step one, crow's nest inspection. Make sure it's fully seated. Step two, check the rear spill pan, blind flange secure. Step three, general trailer inspection. Make sure your placards are showing the right things. Recheck the dome bolts. Step four, make sure your valves are closed and capped. Step five is your slosh test. But your slosh test isn't the end here. So guys, what do we do when we finish our jerk test? What do we do when we finish our jerk test? What are we supposed to do? Get up top, put your hands on the bolts, make sure they're tight. You know, I know that sitting in the truck and looking back and seeing nothing spilling, that might seem like enough, but you don't know what's going on with the gasket or what's really going on. So that could be a way to stop spills from going down the highway. All right. So after slosh test, walk around the trailer, check the crow's nest, make sure everything's dry, make sure everything's leak free. Make sure that you guys are creating enough movement to get everything sloshed around properly. So our expectation is to complete the unload, secure the trailer, perform the test, get back out, walk the trailer, recheck the dome, and then complete the paperwork. All right. So this is just, guys, it's got to stop. We can't have any more of these. You know, the few that we've had is too many. So I just need you guys to be diligent about what we're doing here. And we're all professionals. And this is one step that takes 5 minutes out of your day. Just get out and do it. All right. So PPE, why does it matter? So we do transport hazardous materials. I know that our stuff is on the less dangerous side of the hazmat scale, but we want you guys to make sure that you're going to be going home in the same condition that you guys came in. So we got to make sure that we're wearing our goggles. We got to make sure that we're wearing our face shield. We got to make sure that we're doing long sleeves. Got to make sure you're wearing your eye protection if you're just walking around the site. Got to make sure you're wearing your hard hat, boots. You guys know what you're doing. Nothing new. Okay. So minimum expectations: hard hat, safety glasses, goggles when you're loading, gloves, chemical resistant, long sleeves, face shield, steel tone boots. The fastest way to get hurt in our business is becoming comfortable around acid. The product doesn't care if you've been working here for 6 months or 20 years. It'll still hurt you. We have had some recent incidents, not with our group, but um, there has been some PPE discrepancies at SDI, and now they're kind of locking down our site. So we need to be extra careful when we go there and make sure that we're wearing our proper stuff. They even want the chemical rain jacket. So that's either the rain jacket or the red one if you guys got it. If you don't, come talk to me. And just make sure before you guys go to SDI that you've got everything because we're on thin ice.
These trucks on passenger side kind of underneath, you should keep them extra large, medium, whatever in there.
It's a great
Certain guy doesn't have one, you can put a coat ball in there.
it's a great idea. All right. So MVRs. Anyone know what an MVR is? Your motor vehicle record. Okay. So guys, believe it or not, this is very important. This protects our drivers, this protects the public, this protects the company, this keeps everybody insurable and everybody safe. The industry best practice for the MVR is to review it one time a year, which is what we do when we guys have you come in and sign your MVR form. We pull your background check and we show your points. So if you guys have any points on your license, you're required to come and talk to us about it. So if you get a speeding ticket, you got to tell us that, hey, I got a speeding ticket. Now, where this gets tricky is the next one. If you get an extenuating amount of speeding tickets, you'll become uninsurable by our company. So I need you guys to make sure that if you guys are getting a speeding ticket, you're not only doing your best to secure a lawyer and do what you got to do on that side, but at the end of the day, this is your livelihood, guys. So these things, a lot of these I don't have to explain to you, we're smarter than that. DUI, driving while suspended, hit and run, leaving the scene of an incident, fleeing law enforcement. These are violations that will end your employment. So make sure that we're keeping our driving record clean, make sure that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. And if you guys get in a situation, come and talk to us. We can give you counsel. We can say, hey, here's what we think you should do. You're not in this alone. We want to keep you guys here too. So other serious violations is speeding over 30 miles an hour, reckless or negligent driving, inattentive or drowsy driving, driving while texting, improper passing, speeding 15 to 20 miles an hour, 15 to 29 miles an hour, driving while out of service, following too closely, improper passing. These are all stuff that you guys could get a ticket on. We just need to make sure that we're not doing any of it. Speeding 1 to 14 miles an hour over, running a red light, failure to yield, driving too fast for conditions, failure to observe traffic devices, cones, lines, non-moving violations, vehicle light violations, improper securement of child passenger, safety seatbelt. So this isn't just in our trucks, guys. This is in our personal vehicles. So, all right. So here is our company's policy. It's in our handbook. Most of you guys didn't see it when you got hired in because it wasn't there. But here's our eligibility guidelines. So 2 to 3 points, annual screening. We already do that. 4 to 5 points, you guys are on a watch list. 6 points, they want me to remove you guys from driving. Now, I know none of this has been bargained with the union, and we'll get to that when we get to that. But this is the company policy. So any impaired driving, DUI, you're removed from driving. Any controlled substance, removed from driving. Avoidable accidents, removed from driving. Two or more in a prior 3 years. Reckless, careless, aggressive driving, may or may not resulting in an accident, inexperienced youthful driver, violations related to crimes, fleeing the scene, aggressive driving, road rage, road racing, suspension of driver's license for any reason. So this is kind of what the company is holding us to. So I'd appreciate, guys, if we could just follow. I don't think it's that hard. I just hate to see people ushered out because we can't follow simple rules. All right. So key message, guys, we're representing PVS when we're driving our personal vehicle or when we're in our trucks. A speeding ticket on a Saturday can affect your ability to work on Monday. We need to be responsible. We need to report any DUIs or arrests immediately. We need to maintain a valid CDL. All right, so Samsara, this is our 5 top drivers right now as far as our safety score goes. So congratulations to these guys. Good work. Some things that they look at this, they look at distracted driving, they look at speeding, they look at harsh brakes, they look at all that good stuff, and these guys are hitting it. I can't quite explain it all, but they're doing good. So good job, guys. All right, so here's a list of people who have not used their cell phone in their truck. So this is also events tied to inattentive driving, drowsiness, and mobile usage. So good job to these people in the next 2 pages I'm going to show. All right, so if you guys didn't see your name on there, that means there was probably an incident where you guys pulled out your phone and it flagged you, or the system's not perfect. It could have saw the coffee mug in your hand and called it a phone. It happens, but we want to make sure that we're being attentive to this phone situation, guys. I know it's like second nature just to pull that thing out, and I'm okay with a 1-button touch answer a phone call. Probably shouldn't be, but I understand that's how we stay awake at night, and I'm not going to ding you guys too hard for that. But if you're sitting there on your dashboard doing a long form text message, that can't happen, guys. So let's make sure we stop that. Okay. Question 1: after completing a slosh test, what should the driver do next? 4. All right. Complete a paperwork, leave, call dispatch, conduct a final walk around, do a trailer. Who said C? Who said it first? All right. You want a hat, coffee mug?
Come on.
Okay, which PPE item should never be skipped when connecting or disconnecting hoses? Baseball cap, face shield, earplugs, reflective vest. You want a hat or a coffee mug? You want a coffee mug? Okay. All right, question 3. All right, which of the following violations could immediately affect a driver's eligibility? Parking ticket, expired license plate, DUI, or broken taillight? Did you say it first? Okay. You want a hat, coffee mug? Good job. All right, so guys, another thing that we're looking for, when we're doing our pre-trip inspection, guys, just make sure we're being thorough. Every light that they find could be a ding. Just because one light's out, they could literally put you out of service for that. Make sure that we're checking under the hood every time. Make sure we're being diligent, not just for you, but for the next guy behind you. Make sure we're checking our trailer brakes when we're pulling out. I don't want to see any more skid marks in our brand new parking lot that we're getting back there. One more thing before the video starts. I'm going to be hanging out here for 10-15 minutes. So if you guys have any safety concerns, I'm going to be documenting some stuff. So if there's anything you guys have seen or anything that's been bothering you at the mills lately, just come talk to me and we'll put it down on paper. No, not yet. But that is something that we're looking at implementing. So in that checklist, we're going to try and put it in there. So where you press the button and you do your jerk test, so it records that you did it as a contingency in completing that form.
But
We're
it's
still-
it's not recording hard braking when you do your slides test.
No.
Okay.
It doesn't do. I don't know. I can't explain it. Well, see, our old camera system would record it, but for whatever this reason, this new one doesn't do it in the yard. So we're working on dialing that in and getting it to give us the information we want. Yeah. I look at a lot of it, but a lot of the events, all the events are triggered by AI detection. All right, guys. A new holder for it. Yeah, he just ordered them.
That's not even right. Well, that's broke to me, open me. There was a truck across the street.
All right, guys, make sure we're staying vigilant. Thank you, everyone. Be safe. Have a safe month.
That's been following their phone. It was blurry. I only see it, my name on it. It has been. on the phone.
It only had 5 names. It only had 5 names.
No, I mean the one, because I thought I was looking at one thing.
Oh, you're talking about that?
Where it said that I had. It was really blurry.
Yeah, you're there. Yeah, you're on there.
What's that?
You're on there.
I think I've been on the phone.
No, you're on the good list.
Oh, no, no. Hey, you know what?